Now, more of Illinois Rising, presented by the Illinois Opportunity Project, the only show directly addressing the problems and solutions for Illinois. Now, from AM 560, here's Dan Proft.
Dan Proft back with Brian Timpone in this edition of Rising, and just skipping over to more legislative races, Brian. You do have, I guess, the prospect of trying to win a net 9 seats to depose Mike Madigan. That's what Republicans would need to do to depose him as Speaker. But maybe there's a predicate question with the news this week that one of the individuals sexually harassed by one of Madigan's top lieutenants, Kevin Quinn, 20 years. She has filed a lawsuit against Madigan and Democrat Party and so on and so forth. Is there any prospect that because the Ronna Republican Party has nothing to offer other than they're not Mike Madigan, and they think they're just going to do Mike Madigan boogeyman politics in the general like they did in the primary and hope that's enough? Is there any prospect that J.B. Pritzker and the combined weight of Democrat power structure could actually remove Mike Madigan to prevent him from being an albatross around their necks before the 2018 general election?
I think there's lots of possibility there. You know, we've heard from our sources on that side that the left is pushing Madigan hard. Look, he doesn't have a majority of the sentiment in his caucus anymore, and now in this lawsuit, you're going to see discovery. You're going to see lots more that comes out from Kevin Quinn and his brother.
But that's going to take time.
It'll take time, but look, she's pushing. She's going to push hard. This is not a process he controls anymore. And for J.B. Pritzker, it's a way to immediately turn Bruce Rauner's campaign theme on its head. What does he say after? What does he say if Madigan is gone and there's a new speaker?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he would declare victory or something like that. I don't know how credible that is, but yeah, what would he say is a question. You know, the idea though that Mike Madigan could be deposed by a coup from within still seems unlikely though, because he is the state party chairman, because he has all the resources, because those institutional resources are still going to stick with him. They'll be the last to leave unless it was obvious that he is going to be deposed. And that's far from obvious. I mean, you even had state legislators in his caucus who said they were sexually harassed, like Deb Conroy in Eastern DuPage, who refused to break bad on Madigan.
But Deb Conroy and some of the suburban legislators aren't the ones to watch, Dan. They're the needy ones. They're the ones who need Mike Madigan to prop them up. The ones to watch are the, let's say, strong Democratic seat, left-wing legislators who don't need Madigan to win. J.B. Pritzker can backfill with money if he has the courage to do it. It's up to him.
That would be the thing, right? It would be the Marxists in Chicago financed by Pritzker so that they could guarantee that vulnerable suburban legislators, Democrat legislators, would get the financing they need in the general. That's how you would stitch together a coalition with the hard left financed by JB's money. That's how you could replace Madigan.
Exactly. That's the only way to do it. And J.B. Pritzker winning was the in a lot of ways it was bad for Madigan because it opened that option. If anyone else had won, they would have had to deal with Madigan.
But if J.B. moves on Madigan, then Madigan moves on all of the institutional interests that are allied with him. Unions, and not necessarily public sector unions, but unions and trial lawyers and so forth. And it's not that J.B. needs the money, but he does need the infrastructure.
Oh, I would challenge that too. I mean, he's going to win in a landslide. What is he going to do? Move it to Rauner? I mean, Madigan has nowhere else to go but J.B. Pritzker. Mm-hmm. J.B. Pritzker is only going to be held back by, again, his own courage, his own temerity. He's got
his appetite for fudge.
If J.B. Pritzker wins, nothing is going to hold him back. This is not Rod Blagojevich. Okay, he can stick his thumb in Madigan's eye as governor, and he has money behind him. He doesn't need the trial lawyers' money. He doesn't need the
right,
money.
not the money.
They need him. Okay, that ultimately they needed him. But remember, you have a Janus decision coming down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of factors that are going to put a lot of pressure on those institutional interests.
So I guess we're going to find out how Machiavellian J.B. Pritzker is, how courageous he is, because he's got the landscape and he's got the resources to really end this early.
Right.
And essentially subsume control of the Democrat Party.
And if you're J.B. Pritzker, you also have to look ahead to what you want to do in the legislature. You think it's going to be easier with Madigan there or harder for him to actually make those things happen, the things he wants to happen. In 2 years from now, does he want Madigan there when he's the governor after 2 years? No, he doesn't. And if I were J.B. Pritzker, I'd be moving right now aggressively to give Madigan a graceful exit now.
And assume control of the party.
Right. And there's already been talk that Robin Kelly wants the job as head of the party. And this is and so this happens, and it sets the stage for
Robin Kelly, South Suburban
former state rep.
She'd be the state party chairman.
State party chairman, and she represents again the black middle class vote that kind of Kwame Raoul kind of hangs around as well. That's an emerging force in the party. Not pro Madigan. They don't need Madigan. And so if that happened, if J.B. Pritzker were smart, he would make that move, in my opinion, and it does set the stage for this battle that's going to come, where the Democratic Party is going to go farther left. Look, Madigan was he's no conservative, but he did hold the party back from some of its worst ideas. He only pushed them.
Just waited for Ronner to come and consummate them all.
He did. No, he did, because he recognized that was the way that they could win a majority. He recognized that the Deb Conrays of the world were never going to win if he was pushing taxpayer funding of abortion and sanctuary state.
Wow, could that happen in the same calendar year? A Burke removed from office and a Madigan retiring, resigning, being pushed out of office. That would be
a year for the history books.
That would be remarkable. We'll see.